So the main essence of this training program first starts with mindset. The key objective of mindset is really for people to start to consider that they have much more power to affect things, to make choices, to live the life that they want to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be able to create the life that they want to than most people believe. So we start by looking at who am I? What is this life about? Why do I bother getting out of bed in the morning? Why do I come to this job and not this job? Why do I spend time with this person and not this person? So it's quite a deep look at one's life in order to determine what's going on here, what do I really want, and then how do I pursue it? And that's where the second part of mindset comes in. The how do I pursue it means that I need to show up in a specific way. So the first part of the mindset program is know yourself. And the second part is lead yourself. And lead yourself is all about, okay, now that I'm starting to get a better sense of who I really am, a little bit more deeply, how do I now show up? How do I show up at home with my family? How do I show up when I come to work? Do I come here to take something or get something, or do I come here to give something? And all of this starts to become much, much clearer in terms of the focus, the orientation, the behavior, the engagement, and people start to realize, well, you know what? The environment that I'm in, whether it's work or home or even socially, is not really the determinant of whether I'm going to be engaged here or not. I'm the one who's choosing whether to engage, how much to engage, and the more I engage, the more I start to experience the life that I actually want to. So it's like a big light bulb that goes off, and that is like, wow, so I can actually choose my engagement, my happiness, my ability to create the life that I want to, rather than like behaving like a victim where people are doing this to me, or I'm not happy because of that, or because of them, or because of my manager, or because of my wife, or because of my children, or because of my husband. And I think for quite a few people, it's quite an epiphany. The feedback that I've been getting, it's like, wow, like I didn't realize this, and wow, this is quite inspiring. And that's why the second component of mindset is all about, okay, now how do I go and do it? So that it's not just, wow, this is a wonderful feeling, I feel great. How do I actually do it? And that's where we have the 7 steps to excellence, which are really a practical way for people to have a certain structure and a practice, a daily practice on how to have that mindset, which we call the vertical mindset. And we make a distinction. There's a horizontal mindset, which is where most people are at, and there's a vertical mindset, which is what we are looking towards, where I feel more free, more joyful, and I've woken up. I've woken up to this realization, wow, I have this one life that I know about, and I'm going to make the most of it. I've clarified what's most important to me, and I'm going to do everything to go and attain that with my family, with my friends, with my colleagues, in society, and becomes a life of contribution rather than a life of like the beggar's hand is out, give me, I want to take and I want more. Because now I've realized that actually my happiness, my fulfillment, my joy, my love, my peace is happening inside me. And from that space, I can come out and really start to give fully. And that is the essence of the first component of the program, which is mindset. And then we start to move into, okay, from a work perspective, we are in this organization and we have certain customers who have certain expectations. And their expectations are for us to add value to them in some form. And that's why they choose to come here. So the second component, which is the skills, whether it's selling skills or service skills, is all around, okay, so now with this mindset, the vertical mindset, and my full engagement, and understanding that I'm the chooser here, how do I now show up when I come to work to provide that service and maximum value to my customers? And then we teach specific skills coming from that vertical mindset on how do I provide that value to the customers, to my colleagues, so that this work, this thing called work, becomes an extension of the life that I've chosen. And then there's a third component, the third phase, which is all about how do we sustain this? Because as we know, we all have habits and people get excited quite quickly and they also lose it even quicker. So how do we sustain this? And that's why we have a program that is an 18-month program after the in-class sessions where people get together every 2 weeks for a period of 18 months, and they continue the program internally. So you're building the capacity within the organization to make sure that people deepen the mindset and the understanding, that people are also enhancing their skills because they're having these conversations, they're practicing it, they're getting feedback, they're being evaluated, they're being supported. And that's how this whole program is integrated to ensure that this is long-term momentum, long-term sustainability, and ultimate success for the individual, for the organization, and for its customers, and ultimately for the community as well. So that's the essence of this program in a nutshell.